I-V-M.
Hey there, you nerds, it's me Tejas, but not the Tejas that you know. I am one from a parallel dimension, and I'm here to tell you about what Tejas, Jishnu and Dinkar, or two of them in any particular order, are about to do, which is talk about something that you love on an episode of the Geek Fruit podcast. But here's the thing. Don't forget to find us on social media. We really need your help. We need to collect more of all of us. And you can find us on @GeekFruitHQ on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram. And you can also mail us on contactgeekfruit@gmail.com. See you in the comments section, you nerds. Hey everybody, welcome to the Geek Fruit Podcast, and the trifecta is here once again in the studio. It's all three of us, all the best Geek Fruit podcasters are here once again together. And it's Jishnu, Dinkar and me, Tejas.
Oh, that was a bit anticlimactic.
What? Why?
You said the best Geek Fruit podcast.
Are there others?
No.
I think best also is only.
Yeah, but people don't need to know that.
Let me ask you this. Is trifecta always a good thing? It can be a bad thing also, right?
Is there a bifecta?
A trifecta is the center point of 3 points.
Is there a pentafecta?
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
What? I thought a trifecta was just a collection of three things.
Oh, I always thought it was like the amalgamate, basically the power
You mean the point
united.
in the triangle where which is equidistant from all three vertices?
I was thinking that's what it was,
So
but I
a
don't think so.
pentafecta is basically an orgy, right? Because anything like you have a threesome and a foursome. And then
Hey, tell me
five is
something.
like,
You know
Does
what I love?
pentagram
It's a bit
have 4 members? That's a disappointment
Yeah,
now
it's
that I think
always
about
been.
it.
Yeah.
There's no
Did
5
you
members?
just realize that?
No, you, the audience, are the fifth. You
Good
complete.
save.
You complete them.
This
Right?
is like U2.
Yes. And
Hey, Jishnu, why is U2 called U2?
What?
Why is U2 called U2?
No amazing reason.
Well, you know, I have this distinct memory of being asked in a quiz, maybe in school, about U2 and why it's called U2. And it was something about the fans giving back to the fans or something like that. That's what I
mean,
heard
it's nothing. Dink, correct me if I'm wrong. It's nothing incredible. They were called the hype and feedback, and then eventually they just changed their name. And that was it. It was just like
Okay,
a random name
cool,
change. It's like
I thought it was named after a bomber.
I mean, it is.
But
I don't
the
know if it's
idea behind the
intentional.
name was
I don't know if it's
they wanted a
intentional.
name that didn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
Oh, so kind of like, I could have just gone and shouted on their music. But I won't because I'm excited. Okay, I'm very
That's
excited.
almost worse.
Yeah.
saying that.
I'm
Anyway.
very excited.
Why?
Because U2 is coming to India. I don't know
No
if you've
way.
heard.
I don't believe you. Bullshit.
Okay, cool. So, are you guys excited? Tell me your U2 thoughts before.
I had an idea about this. Can we? Well, it's on record now because we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Can we do a thing every? We have 3 months away from it, right?
Yeah.
1 bulletin a month. We've already started our predictions list in text form.
Okay.
1 bulletin a month. We break it down.
Are you not convinced that the Joshua Tree setlist, which has been making the rounds on the social media, is not going to be stuck to by the band? Is like, are you?
The Joshua Tree section will be intact because
Yeah.
it's Joshua Tree
Yeah.
tour.
But
But
you think they're not going to play Beautiful Day,
Hang on,
Elevation, all that stuff?
They will.
They will do. Those aren't the predictions we're talking about. We're talking about predictions of like,
like little
what
things.
name drops is he going to do? What snippet songs is he going to sing in the middle
so
of
can
what
we
song?
make a
things like that.
U2 Tambola Housey lottery
Yeah,
ticket?
we'll bring a
Did
card
you
with
say
us to the gig. We'll play
Tambula?
bingo.
Tambola.
Oh, not Tambula.
What's Tambula?
Tambula is what the jungly warrior eats.
That's tabule, the Greek food.
Okay.
No.
So, for example, what is one of our predictions? The fact that he will...
See,
He's
Namaste?
gonna say, oh, that's of course, but he's either gonna say sing Jai Guru Deva, or he's gonna directly just like go on a rant about the Beatles in India and be like, so now it's our turn.
That's
Yeah.
true, though. I mean, they
For
did.
sure.
They
That's an easy one.
What did they do in Across the Universe? They did
Walrus.
Walrus, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Bono's really good in that movie, I will
Yes.
say.
He's
Because
there
he's- 'cause
for.
he just plays
he's there a
himself.
bus driver.
Pretty
He
much.
plays himself with a mustache.
Of the magical mystery tour, that is true.
Yes.
Anyway, we can get into this in the bulletin when we eventually get to it because.
Sure.
But congratulations,
I have a-
boys. I'm very excited for you.
I have a point-based system that I want to do this on with regard to predictions. I'm taking this very seriously. I think it'll be a lot
we're
of fun.
Become
actually
fantasy
gonna-
league.
Yeah,
I see.
a full-blown fantasy league of the game.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
what about
was,
Katy Perry and Dua Lipa?
I was reading an interview of Bono's where the guy asked him, so are you excited to come to India for the first time? And he's like, well, the first time I visited India was through the pages of Salman Rushdie's Midnight's Children.
Right.
God.
Yep.
But actually, that's a pretty good answer, though.
But then he wrote Ground Beneath the Feet, and I really want to hear that song.
Exactly.
But
He's
there's no
worked
chance
with
he'll play
Salman Rushdie. story, okay?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Have you read Ground Beneath Her Feet?
the book?
Yeah.
No, it was...
I started reading it, and it now
Did
holds
you
up my
start
right
reading
speaker.
it? Yeah.
It's underneath my right speaker. It's a really fat book, and I'm like, that'll
do.
absorb the
That's
low
not
end.
one of his better ones
No,
from
it
what
wasn't.
I've
Have you
heard.
read Haroon and the Sea of Stories?
1,000 Stories. Sea of
Sea of
Stories.
Stories.
Yeah. No,
Read
not
that in
that either.
college. That's a good one. It's a full-blown acid trip, but it's short. It's like less than 200
So
pages.
it's not really an acid trip.
It's a microdose.
It's a little lake of stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Katy Perry. I know, right?
And Dua Lipa.
Yes.
I'm as kicked for Dua Lipa as well.
What about Ritviz and Amit Trivedi?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll have that.
All right. So, lots of good concerts happening. But we got to do our job and talk about something important. What has, pray tell, brought the three of us together today to talk about, what is...
Tom
what is-
DeLonge was right. My
Yeah.
boy.
So,
My boy.
All right.
So,
This is a heavy one.
So
Area
to get
51.
into it,
Yeah.
no, not even Area 51. Apparently, Tom DeLonge, who has long held that aliens exist, essentially.
DeLonge held?
Yeah, he has DeLonge held, and in fact, he wrote a song about it.
Yeah.
DeLonge dong, DeLonge dong, dong.
On which Blink album?
Enema of the State.
Yes, on Blink 182's Anima of the State. The first song is Aliens Exist, I think.
No, track 4.
Oh, track 4. All right, cool. Anyway, the Navy has now acknowledged that it has observed unidentified flying objects.
Yep.
Amazing.
Have you seen that video?
That's crazy. No.
So I just watched it on the way here. It's
Right.
it's exactly what you'd expect. It's one of hundreds of these.
Shot on a potato.
What?
Shot on a potato? You know that little thing that comes shot on an iPhone? But this is shot on a potato.
No, this is.
Is it good? Is it bad quality or good quality video footage?
It's bad quality video footage from a very high end camera, so it's hilarious because
Right.
it's counterintuitive.
What does that mean?
It's infrared footage from a camera mounted on an F-18 from several years ago. One of tons of these, but I don't know why they just picked this one to acknowledge.
Right.
I didn't really get into that too much, but point is, what he has always advocated for is the fact that, look, he wants to bridge the gap of information between the mass audience and the military. And he
Right.
completely respects why the military keeps things a secret. And he acknowledges that if you do just let it out there, especially in the world of social media, it's just going to be mass chaos and whatnot. And you have to do it the right way. You have to you can't just inundate people with some earth-shattering news like that. People lose their minds. You got to do it smartly, which is why when he left Blink the first time and
How
started...
many times has he left?
3 times now.
182.
I was okay.
So
the words out of my mouth.
he formed Angels and Airwaves, which lyrically and thematically speaking, with all the visual stuff,
Makes
clearly
sense.
shows he's
Yeah,
a space boy. So cool, we all like space. Go Space Boys, that's awesome. But then he went and formed a company called To the Stars, which is a multimedia thing. Think of it basically as like a Disney that does a whole bunch of different things, all art-based endeavors. But he makes graphic novels, he writes comic books, he writes novels, he makes films, he writes albums for the agenda of it only being for a film soundtrack, things like that. And he's now, I think, 4 albums deep into Angels and Airwaves.
Nice.
But the point is, all of this was based upon some sort of speculation about a real alien-related incident or bit of information that people have been speculating about.
Something that he saw first and it changed his world, I suppose.
Basically, he's been chasing aliens since day one. Like when he was a kid, he's always been talking
Did
all
he
about
say
that.
he's been abducted by aliens?
No, but
Robbie Williams said that.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said that.
I
Oh,
believe
yeah.
it. I
He went
believe
off the deep end. But I
Jesus.
think he's gone back to saying he was wrong, right?
That's what the aliens want you to think.
I
man.
know. Maybe he is an alien. Robbie is dead. Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
Well, Tom is just talking about getting the information out there in a way that will not totally
Freak people out,
basically,
right?
right? So he's been apparently the second time, or rather the last time that he left Blink a couple of years ago. The last album was 2011, I think. So this would have been 6 years ago when he left.
Yeah.
5 or 6 years ago. When he left then, he said outright, the reason I'm leaving is because I am doing some really important work that I can't tell you about.
Amazing.
And lately, in the last year, 18 months, he's been going on a whole lot of podcasts and TV interviews, talking to people. The Joe Rogan podcast I highly recommend because it's 2 hours of unadulterated him just rambling about it.
Awesome.
But the
I
problem
think,
is...
Do you mean you recommend that? Joe Rogan and Tom DeLonge talking aliens for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah. I'll definitely check it out, Jigs.
I do.
Yeah. So excited about that. Woo, can't wait.
It's the second best podcast out there.
Yeah.
Which is the first? Ours?
No.
It's just me then.
Serial.
Okay, cool.
I hear
cool.
Wolverine's good. But no, he basically is primarily for the last 2 years just been saying the line, I know things, I just can't tell you how I know them.
Oh.
And like he'll make a claim like this is a thing that's happening and people go, okay, prove it. He says, I can prove it. I just can't tell you how I can prove it because they would kill me. Like he keeps saying that he's
The aliens or the government?
No, the government. So he says he's constantly in meetings with high-ranking government officials, like super high-ranking,
Okay, I have an
multiple stars
idea.
and all this kind of stuff.
I have a proposal here.
What?
We start a Blink-182 cover band, but you know how Macaulay Culkin's Velvet Underground cover band just made all the songs about pizza?
Yeah.
Yep.
We make all the Blink songs about aliens. In some cases...
You'd appreciate that.
We don't have to change anything.
Yeah, like alien small things. Right?
All the small aliens.
All the small aliens, alien small things work.
Well,
well.
the word the letters A and L are in aliens, and this is the beginning.
It's a tough. Give me another.
We're stuck already, guys.
No, we're having creative differences. That's all.
What's the other
I
songs?
miss UFO.
So in some cases, like
Beautiful,
aliens exist,
wow.
our work is already done for us.
Yeah.
But like, give us
Unless you
Going
just,
away to Mars.
1 second.
What's my age again?
What's my alien again?
What's my age alien? What's my age alien? What's my age
Check it
alien?
out. I
Alright,
think if
then.
you just dedicate all these songs to aliens, you don't change anything.
Oh, there's that.
I miss you. Straight up, just about an alien.
I miss you, FOs.
That's what he said. You are too late.
I wasn't listening
He
to
did
that
it
one.
so nonchalantly.
Give me another song.
Probing this.
I like that.
That's
good.
fine.
That's good.
That's already good. Yeah.
So,
Works with the rhythm as well. I'm
things.
probing this.
All right. What I'm getting at is now we're at this point where he's finally getting vindication. For the last maybe 2 months, he has been teasing the fact that it is imminent that he will get his vindication.
Great.
And so now there's been in the last week a bunch of Vice articles and Mashable and this and that, and a whole bunch of publications have been sharing this one
what's
video footage.
What is the main thing that they're saying? That he is right, or that they acknowledge his work?
The headlines most commonly out there are Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 leaked UFO videos, the Navy confirms.
Okay,
Which is
so
a horrible
what
sentence.
now?
They confirm-
That's horribly grammatical sentence.
They
confirm that it is
Tom DeLonge's
a
videos.
UPA,
A UFO.
a UAP, whatever it's called, unidentified aerial phenomena.
That thing.
UAF.
So they're not saying that it's
UAP,
an
unidentified
alien.
aerial phenomena.
So they could be saying it's fucking Putin's
Yeah, exactly.
guy.
Yeah.
Could
They're
be. All
Still
they're saying
holding
is
that
we
cards
don't know
close
what
to their
it
chest.
is.
But the point is, the Navy confirms that this guy is not crazy. These are things that we don't understand.
Not understand. They
Yeah,
must be saying
unidentified.
we don't know what they are.
That's what I mean.
We
Yeah.
don't know where they've come
Yeah.
from on this earth.
Yeah.
And not from like outer space.
Yeah,
You-
nobody's saying they're from outer space. They're
Nobody's
just saying,
claiming anything. All they're saying is this is real footage.
That's correct. This is not doctored
This
images.
is not doctored images. This is a genuine piece of footage from a F-18 fighter.
Okay.
That is recording something that we don't understand or
Right,
don't
right,
know where
right.
it came from.
Right.
So Tom was right in that, yes, this is genuinely something of concern because that's weird. Things shouldn't just happen like that.
Ah.
Planes don't move like
Okay,
that.
so let's,
it's the beginnings. It's the beginnings of.
Let's conclude this by asking the both of you the prescient question, which is the truth out there? Do you believe?
No, of course, the truth is out there.
The truth is out there, sure.
Yes.
But do you believe?
I believe.
In love after. Sorry, okay, no, but like, you
In
know.
life.
Yeah.
Life
On other
Does
planets.
she switch those also?
In love after life? No way.
That's actually really good, though.
Love Afterlife,
Like,
yeah.
Love Afterlife.
I see.
That's
you
season
believe
2
in-
of Ricky Gervais.
All right, yeah. So tell me, what do you
I
guys?
believe,
What
I
do you?
believe.
Do you believe like they're gonna be like bipeds or whatever? Or do you,
Oh, I
are
don't
they
have
just
a
like
freaking clue.
I
I
don't
don't
think
speculate
so.
on that at all.
Like
all I think
bacteria
about
and stuff.
all I think about when I mean that's not this is not at all anything that I actively dwell on in any capacity. But when it does come up, I agree that yes, they probably have
probably
visited.
exist.
They probably I say
Visited?
I say they definitely exist, and I say they've probably visited because I subscribe to the who was it that's I think Neil deGrasse Tyson's analogy of like. What do we care about ants? You know, like they're there.
Yeah, got
and
it,
we
got
don't
it.
really want to interfere. But to that end, we are constantly stepping on ants, whether we know it or not. Like you just walking down the street, you're probably interrupting an ant's space.
Yeah.
But you're not consciously thinking about it. In that vein, I would like to believe that. I definitely believe they exist, and if they do, then they're passing by. They may or may not have visited us.
Yeah.
I don't really bother with thinking about the consequences of it because it's like it's so freaking out there. I'm like my
Yeah,
life
it's
is
crazy.
I have enough problems to
You
deal with
have
than
enough
thinking about
to
this.
deal with.
What
So-
about you, Dinkar?
This is an area that interests me greatly.
Of course.
And
It's
I
flipping aliens, guy.
It's freaking aliens. So,
Yeah.
like, from There are three essential situations that are possible, right?
Yeah.
Like first of all, it's almost certain that intelligent life can and possibly has or will exist at some point.
Because of
other than
Drake's
the humans.
equation.
Because of Drake's equation, correct. They used to call us on our cell phone.
Yeah.
But basically, the
Now you know
possibilities
what-
are...
Just hold on, we're coming on as a
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
yeah.
They either exist and are too primitive to have contacted us. They exist and were too primitive to understand them contacting us.
Okay.
Or they existed already and got wiped out.
Okay.
Or they will exist at some point in the future. So it's entirely possible that right now, within the realm of possibilities, given the limitations of like the speed of light or whatever, they can't reach out to us because they're just way too far away.
Yeah.
But also it's possible, like humans have been around for like, say, a couple of thousands of years or whatever.
Yeah.
Several thousands
Humans,
of years.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
humans.
Yeah.
And we will die out fairly quickly. Now,
Yeah.
in
In
the
another
lifespan...
1 or 2.
Yes, by like
Years.
2027 is when it's scheduled for, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Now, this is a speck in terms of the timeline of just our planet.
Yeah.
Right.
And in terms of the universe, it's like
Even more
meaningless. It's
minuscule. Yeah.
it's like an
It's-
atom on a giant like blue whale,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
So it's entirely possible that a very futuristic civilization came into being, existed, did all sorts of stuff, then
Basically,
global warming them
We
over
just
as
didn't
well.
have a crossover episode, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. For me, I think it's like, I don't know if we'll ever see anything in our lifetime. Maybe if we traveled, like, or send, like, probes out and stuff. But my thing about aliens is, like, I don't think... we're gonna find them, or like maybe we'll find like microbial things or bacteria things or singular cellular kind
It's
of thing.
possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, for example, tardigrades
Yeah,
now
tardigrades,
exist on
like-
the moon.
Yes,
Because of us.
Yeah, so
But they're in hibernation, essentially. But they will survive there.
Do you want to explain tardigrades for our
tardigrades
listeners?
are basically like
They're also called water
Water-
bears.
water bears,
And
yeah,
they're not microscopic, but they're very tiny life forms that are in water.
Just watch Ant-Man and the Wasp. You'll know all you need to know about tardigrades.
Yeah, correct.
They're
do
the villains.
they show you
in one
tardigrades.
scene.
Yeah.
But tardigrades are really, really small, almost, just microscopic. Well, not microscopic, but, very,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
tiny. And you can't see them with the naked eye. But
I actually think you can see them with the naked eye.
Really?
I might be wrong. Okay, go on.
oh, watch out! There's a tardigrade. Oh, sorry.
no.
Yeah. Okay. No. So here.
what
here's
you
a-
call me?
just a tardigrade.
You're a tardigrade.
Okay, so I think we all agree that aliens exist in some form or the other.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
I'll tell you what I have an issue with. I do not think there's a conspiracy theory that's covering up aliens. That
Dinkar, are you fun at parties? I don't know.
Oh, I'm the most fun at parties.
Yeah, just like, hey man, what do you love?
With my
It does
alien
not
friends.
exist.
I mean, what?
But actually, since you revealed that
Okay,
you don't like
I
the
don't
boys,
to that
think
end, to that end,
humanity
Area 51,
has-
what do
yeah.
you think? What's your take
What's
on
your
it?
take on
Cohort
it?
What's your
military
hot take?
experiments.
I also
But
agree with
nothing to do
that.
with aliens.
I don't think so.
I don't
Possibly UFOs where they found something, then they figured it out, then they shut it down. Nothing happens at Area 51 anymore.
What do you think of like Roswell incidents and various
I'm sure stuff
famous
happened,
sightings and
but like
whatnot?
a lot of things are often just really advanced military projects that we don't know about.
Sure.
Like
Oh, you're saying
GPS.
that in terms of UFOs?
Most
I'm talking about
likely,
like inexplicable
natural phenomena,
phenomena.
military projects. There are possibly natural phenomena that we can't explain also
Yeah.
exist. I'm not saying that aliens don't exist. They might even have flown by. I do think that it's not. It's all right. It's highly unlikely
I think
that
it's highly
somebody
unlikely
found
also.
out aliens exist. There was a highly organized, coordinated attempt to study them or
Yeah.
work with them or whatever, and then that was covered up.
Yeah, because that
I don't
news is
believe
too
that's
big.
possible.
That news is too
Exactly.
big for a singular human to even, like, if there were 100 people who saw this event happen,
Even if 100 people.
one of them would be like, no, this is too big for just the 100 of us. Everyone needs to
Exactly.
know. It's as simple as
Yeah.
that. But I put it down to the same thing, like when people talk about ghosts or like supernatural stuff. I don't know much about it because a lot of people believe in that stuff. But I also believe that there's probably a root cause for it. Like, it's like how grandmothers and, just like our old school kind of ancestors have passed on stories for so long that they've become like mystical, but there's probably a reality to it. Like
There's nugget of truth in
like
that.
a,
Yeah.
a Jesus Christ figure or something
Right,
like was
right.
maybe like a few people, whatever, right?
Right.
So I think something similar when somebody talks about crop circles or seeing a light in the sky.
Crop circles have been debunked, I believe.
Yeah, but or seeing a light in the sky or blah blah blah. There is a rational explanation for it.
I saw a light in the sky the other day. Huge.
Great band. Oh wait, no, sorry, what? That's explosions in the sky.
Yeah.
All right.
Go on. What'd you see?
Yeah.
What'd you see?
It was this like giant rock looking thing, circular, kind of silvery white. just hanging in the air.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you woke up.
No, then I looked at it the next day and it was kind of smaller. Then smaller.
Wait, so it was there for like a prolonged period
It was
of
there
time?
the entire night.
Yeah. It's actually sees it every night.
I see it every night.
It was becoming
Here's
bigger
the
and
thing.
bigger.
It became smaller and smaller. Then it disappeared, and I was like, "Oh, it's gone now." It came back slightly smaller. Then it got bigger and bigger every night. And I've noticed that it waxes and wanes.
Stop it.
Shall I? Okay.
There's some track marks I'm seeing on your
On my what?
on your hand around your.
What is happening? Okay, cool.
made a-
So we're talking about aliens.
I made a heroin joke. Right
But,
there.
but,
Oh my
but,
God.
But, is that a heroin joke?
Right?
What is this show becoming?
What are you becoming, Jishnu? Aliens exist, and you is them.
Okay, now here's the thing.
I don't do heroin on
That's
Tuesdays.
exactly what a heroin guy would say.
I think the rest of this episode was supposed to be us talking about aliens that we like. Isn't that the plan,
Okay.
Jishnu?
That was the plan.
No, not necessarily aliens that we like. I think
What?
we should talk about aliens who like us. Friendly aliens.
Friendly aliens.
Friendly
Casper the
neighborhood
friendly aliens.
Casper the friendly aliens from
Oh my
fiction,
God.
because
Yeah.
aliens, so far, we do not have conclusive evidence of. Let's do that after this break.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another awesome week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you are not following us on social media, please make sure you do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Instagram was a big week for us this week. We crossed 10,000 followers. Also, you should check out the kind of stuff that we do over there. Get a look into the studio. And, see some of the quotes and stuff like that come out, and audiograms, and, all that other kind of good stuff. So, let me tell you about two new shows that are coming up, right? So, the first one let me talk to you about is ABCD. This show is hosted by Farhad and Sunetru. They share the ABCDs of their queer lives and dig into the memories and experiences. Tune in for a new episode every week on Tuesdays. Another show we're really excited to bring you is called Feeding 10 Billion. This show is hosted by Good Food Institute's Varun Deshpande and Ramya Ramamurthy. They talk to experts in the food industry about rethinking protein and reimagining food systems in India. New episodes out every Tuesday for this show as well. Also, Simplified's completing 150 episodes. My God, I can't believe that we're already there. They need your help to celebrate this milestone. Send us theories, concepts, or questions that you have using the hashtag Simplified150 on Twitter, or send us a DM on Instagram. And Chuck, Naren, and Shrikesh will answer your questions on episode 150. On The Seen and the Unseen, Amit is in conversation with journalist and author Akshay Mukul. They deep dive into his book about the Gita Press. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam is joined by founder and CEO of Markets Mojo, Dr. Mohit Batra. They talk about minimizing risks and maximizing returns and understanding investment behavior. On the Empowering series, Zarina is joined by celebrity fitness coach Bakr Nasser. He talks about the importance of exercising and how he started his own indoor cycling studio, Topspin. On Vartalab, Akash and Naveen talk to Tejinder Singh, the man behind the popular Insta handle Kamakha Photo Artist. On Golgappa, Trupti is joined by Monica Godbole, who shares her experience working on the set and how she found her passionate calling to creativity. On Puliyabazi, Saurabh and Pranay talked to Divyanshu Poddar, co-founder of Rocketeers, India's first solid fuel-powered model rocket kit manufacturer. On Kinetic Living, Coach Urmi shares a workout routine called Seated Twisted on Tabata Tuesdays, and on Thriving Thursdays, she highlights the benefit of nutrient-dense foods. And with that, let's get you on with your show.
Welcome back to the
You've
Geek
never
Fruit-
done heroin?
Welcome back to the Geek Fruit Podcast. I'll answer you off, Mike Jishnu. Welcome back to the Geek Fruit Podcast.
Sniff. Okay, sorry. And then
That's not how you do heroin.
Is it
I don't
sniff
know.
or what?
Yeah, it's a sniff.
No, isn't it
No, heroin is injected.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking cocaine.
Cool. Cocaine is a sniff.
What's the sound of an injection?
Also, it's not a sniff. It's more of a snort. You snort cocaine. What?
You are
Are we
not
talk-
cocaine.
Not on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Okay, we're
is-
talking about
yeah.
friendly aliens. Here's the ground rules, okay? I was thinking about this.
Or the air.
Or, there's no air in space. But I think the rule should be, these cannot be aliens who only exist in space, right? So, for example, Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't think should count.
Hey.
Why? Because, Groot is a friendly alien, but he's never come... sure, he's come to Earth, but the plot point isn't him coming to Earth, interacting with us and being friendly. E.T. is obviously
Oh,
the
you're talking
prime
about
example.
people who came to Earth with the agenda of meeting us.
Yes.
All
No,
right. Rival
I mean,
example.
E.T. didn't, what do you call it, come with an agenda to meet
They
us.
don't have to have the agenda to meet us, but once they have to have had interactions with humans on Earth and then turned out to be friendly. We don't just meet them in space and Earth is like a...
Isn't Groot on Earth?
Wait, so Groot doesn't count? Why?
Yeah, he comes to Earth in Wakanda. The battle
yes,
of-
He
but
makes the
he's
best entrance
been...
ever.
Yes, but that's not the plot point that
Okay,
he's
sure.
going
All right.
around.
I think I see
I
where
just
you're
want to
going.
fight this.
I-
Okay.
I just want to argue with them. But okay, I see what you mean.
all right.
So I think Arrival counts. Right?
Yes,
Arrival
I was
counts,
gonna.
Let's
yeah,
start
we should
with
also
start
Arrival.
there.
best
Amazing.
best
Just so-
agenda
so
in that sense because
freaking
the
incredible.
heptapods which come there's 12 ships that come down to Earth.
Right.
One of them meets Amy Adams, his character,
And just falls in love.
Abbott and Costello,
Yes.
the two heptapods. Now, here's a cool thing. I kept forgetting why they came to Earth. But the answer is really, really cool. It's because they say that we are going to need human beings' help in 3,000 years
Yes.
from now. Some unspecified travesties occurring in the future.
In
their reality. And their job is to basically, and this is a full spoiler for the entire film. Sorry, spoilers. But their job...
why are you spoiling it? But cool.
But their job is to come and to aid humans now so that they can help them later on.
So they exist in 3,000 years, basically. right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so do we. That's quite optimistic of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, isn't that
No,
why
I
they
think
come to Earth? To help us, to ensure that we
to make sure
exist.
that we can keep going, so that
No,
they
is that-
inundate us with some new information about their existence, so that we are like, okay, we.
No, but they don't. So that's the thing. They don't say. They don't say why or what. In what way humans will help the heptapods later on in the future. But they just say, here's this language so that I don't know, you can unify yourself or like become a more advanced species.
Get some perspective, so
Yeah.
you guys don't just kill each other.
Yeah,
You realize,
pretty much.
there's more out there to think about.
One of my favorite things about Arrival is the fact that it's essentially based on the idea that the aliens, the heptapods, do not see time linearly.
That's the best
To
thing.
them, there's no past, present, and future. It's
Right.
all
One
it
thing.
all just exists. So
Yeah.
it's like there are 6 rooms in this house. You can go from one to the other, but all of them are always there.
Right.
So to them, it's not like this room exists and then I walk into the next room and that's the only time it comes
that,
into
that
existence.
does bring up a few, I mean, science fiction-y hijinks, like kind of,
course.
you
Well,
know.
It's a
yes,
time-based
because
movie. It's
in
gonna
some
happen.
in some senses, time is an inherent property of the universe. Measuring it is what humanity has invented.
Yes, but I think time does exist as a flat
It's
dimension.
a flat circle for them.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
it
because
exists as a continuum.
it's like for us, we are experiencing time from one point to the next. We're like going from 1 second to the next, but other people can just look at time like a map and say that's point A and that's point
because
B.
that is how it exists. It's a continuum, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the power that is possessed by these guys. But that also means that, which is the problem that humans have, which is that everything is predestined, and it's not. It cannot change.
Everything is binary.
No, everything is.
Like, is the timeline already decided?
It's
or not?
decided.
Sure.
So
But
basically, we're just living in it.
We like the concept of fate and destiny.
No,
we're
saying humans don't like the concept of destiny and fate. We like to create our own destiny. Humans like to think that every decision that we're making is resulting in the subsequent
Basically,
moments.
does
right?
your free will exist, or were you always
Precisely.
just going to
Yeah,
do
it's
this?
So are we
everything
just-
happens for a reason. It's like, this was supposed to happen.
Exactly. So
I was supposed to meet
Are we
her,
basically
things like
a
that.
theater or a PlayStation? That's the real question, right? Are we just watching our own lives happen as we kind of continue through it, or are we making informed decisions that is determining what the next step is going to be? Which
These
is
are complicated questions.
Great
but to bring
questions.
it back to Arrival,
Yeah.
what I enjoy is the fact that they let that permeate into everything that happens in the movie. It's integral to the plot.
Yeah.
Even down to like the script, since essentially a large part of this movie is
Yeah.
about Amy Adams' character understanding what the heptapods are saying.
Yeah.
Their script is basically coffee stains on glass,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
But the
logograms,
reason
yeah.
it's so they don't read it left to right or right to left. It just exists
as an image, yeah.
Yeah, so even when it's being written, it just like there's a circle
Appears.
that's created. And that's because they don't read things linearly because linear isn't a concept for
Man,
them.
you know what was so funny? Yesterday I was going home and I saw the word written in Hindi in Devanagari script, the word Murti. I think it was Mangal Murti. And
Right.
I just keep thinking about that a lot because the word
What?
Murti. Yeah, check it out. When you read the word Murti in Hindi, okay, you have to put the E ki matra and then after is that R sound.
Yeah.
So basically you can't read it linearly. You have to really look at the letters which are coming
This is the
after
case
the fact.
with
Yeah, fair
a
play.
lot of
And
Hindi
fair
stuff.
play.
Yeah, where the matra is
After the letter.
Correct.
So it's not really...
It's the same thing with like silent letters. It's like psychology. There's like there's a bunch of letters in that word that you don't need.
You know, yeah.
Like S-Y,
no.
S-Y-C-O-L-O-G-Y is fine.
But see, that's
it
because
still sounds the same to me.
It's
you know?
not a
Yeah.
phonetic
Technology.
language.
Yeah, exactly. It's like-
English, but Hindi is completely phonetic,
Right.
But the funny thing is that you have to look at it as a complete set, which is weird because when I was a kid, I had this problem and I still kind of have it, which is when I'm trying to read and I'm a bad reader generally, I will look at a paragraph and I'll just dive in anywhere and then just like identify words and then just like put them together
is
and then,
That's
and then read.
a lot of people do
This
that.
is
That's
a
very
very
quickly, yeah.
inherent part of linguistical studies as well. well, like another of my areas of interest. But for example, there's a guy on Tom Scott who does like a great video that summarizes this concept when he talks about how languages view time. So in some countries, because of the way they treat time, the language itself doesn't treat time very seriously. So for example, in English, if you say 1:20, I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
The idea is you'll be there at 1:20.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of languages, the expression is, I'll meet you there 1:20, literally, if you translate it. But what it means is, around 1:20, I'll see you around. So they might be 15 minutes late because they don't take the concept of time that
Can
literally.
you give an example? Do you know what
I
language you're
forget
thinking
what
of?
language this was specifically, but
Well, it's
like
a
not a
terrible
major
work
language. Yeah, and obviously like this isn't absolutely true now because the entire world has to work according to
clock,
times
yeah.
and whatnot. But I forget what the language was. But Tom Scott,
I
check
like
him out
that.
on
I see what
YouTube.
you mean.
We'll
Yeah,
check it
yeah,
out.
That's great.
That's so cool, though, man. Like, and that's what I love about the heptapods is that they are very obviously they're very threatening-looking species. You know, with the 6 legs, and you can't see the heads until she later on sees them. But they're actually just very sensitive.
They're docile.
Yeah, they're very docile, and they're very sensitive to emotion and like when later on.
No.
But basically, there's a line that indicates that something has happened, and the words that they use is kind of emotional. They use the words like, "Oh God, I can't do this." Anyway, but
don't
we'll do
spoil
it
it.
at the end of the episode.
It's fine.
We
But-
spoil it at the end of the episode?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I guess.
We might not, but I might forget about it. But the thing is that they're very sensitive, and even though they're threatening looking, and I like that about, it's CGI, I think, or I don't know if they've used prosthetics or animatronics or whatever, but it's mostly CGI. But the thing is that
Not very hard CGI. They're shrouded in mist.
in the mist,
time.
right?
More mist than
And the
alien.
the cool thing is that most science fiction movies have used aliens as a threat, and I think that's what this episode is kind of about. So like most aliens are like something that's threatening humans, and as we kind of move forward and we realize how shitty and bad human beings are, aliens have come out as more and more like sympathetic characters, whether it's in District 9 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like and that was a good way to subvert that idea in this movie, and that it's really not about these aliens at all. It's just about this language that they're trying to share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is again because of how aliens are typically portrayed. The gist of Arrival at the start is that everyone is like, what do we do? Aliens have landed, and they're like, the military is there, they're building like containment centers and stuff because they assume they'll be hostile.
Yeah, but I mean, what else can you do? Like, if somebody's invaded your, the basically cross the territorial integrity of a company.
A crow flies into your room.
Yeah.
You respond to it
Yeah,
like,
I send the
I
military."
need to get him out of here because I need to get him out before he does anything. At the moment, he's not doing anything. He's just perched on my chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you never know. He might
Before
inevitably
he-
start building a nest or poop on my
but
chair.
also, but we are aware of how crows behave, right? Like, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
So when an alien comes, you don't know whether they're going to be threatening or they're going to be like just chill. Maybe you want to
Well, the
dude.
crow isn't threatening either. The crow didn't come in with the agenda of like f***ing you up. He just came because he's curious. He's like, hey, the room. Here's a room I've never been in before.
You sure he wasn't there to take your heroin?
That's your heroin, Baba.
Sorry, I left it at your place.
So it's the same. It's just the visceral reaction to the fear of unknown. It's like flight or fright.
Yeah, fair enough.
We can't run away because he came to us. I got nowhere to run away to, so I'm gonna fight.
He's got flight also.
I do find it to be very anthropocentric that we assume aliens will be bipedal, like
Yeah.
essentially
Correct. This is what we were
biologically
talking
similar to
about,
us.
yeah.
In fact, I was just listening to John Green's podcast,
Yeah.
Anthropocene Reviewed, where one of the things he reviews is the concept of little grey aliens, and he talks about they're called greys, and there was a very specific.
Well, LGMs.
Yeah.
Like in Toy Story.
Essentially,
They're little green men in that.
And these
yeah.
are greys, which is the X-Files alien, which is like greyish, got
And with
a
the big eyes
trianglish
and,
head, big eyes.
That
This
show
became-
cemented the idea of...
So the phenomenon,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that phenomenon peaks exactly through the 90s and so on, where more sightings were reported of the same kind of aliens. So he goes a little bit into why this would happen, why there's like this collective idea that they exist and then that they don't.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is just the general showcasing of this type of alien in popular media because of the advent of graphics? Or like...
No, I think
basically
it's
animation
because something
became
that's
a
out.
thing?
Yeah, sure. That's what helps us obviously visualize them better. But their conception has always been they're very similar to us or similar to things on Earth. But the fact is, if you go to the bottom of the ocean,
Yeah.
so I was just
there's
thinking about
creatures
Yeah.
there that are nothing like what you assume
But that's
life
what, and
forms
these,
are
that's
like.
what these were based on as well, the heptapods.
Exactly,
and,
which is
Arrival.
another thing I really enjoy about
Yeah.
Arrival. The fact that it's not a dude with like 4 legs and 2 heads.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, it does not use the same kind of
Human
limb.
form.
Yeah. The person who did this originally, I guess, was like H.G. Wells with War of the Worlds, where they had the little spindly leg.
They were heptapody guys, but
Yeah,
they were
very
also
heptapody,
essentially they were. I mean, especially if you look at the illustrated versions, which really bring it to life, they were essentially giant squid-like things.
Squid-like, spider-like, yeah.
So he went like, "What's freaky and alien-looking on Earth? Squid. Okay, cool. That's them." And
squids also again.
and they
underwater
have
creatures.
tripods that they walk around in.
Yeah. I just think that they picked really well. It's because like we spend all of our time pretty much on land. We don't really know so much about the underwater life, and so when that is like, every time you look at a squid outside its natural habitat, you're just like, whoa, that's like creepy or whatever. So I guess that works as a
By natural habitat, you mean a plate.
You're a vegetarian,
I am
man.
a vegetarian, I know.
Why do I have to remind you about this?
Just shitting on squid for no reason.
Okay, so let's move on.
Can I suggest a toss-up to our status quo?
Yes.
I was thinking about this. So obviously we can think of aliens coming to Earth, but I wanted to flip the script. Star Trek
Awesome.
is the one instance I can think
Well, there's
of.
lots of friendly aliens.
No, yeah, well, there are lots of friendly aliens, but we are the ones that actively, the humans are the ones that are going on a voyage to unknown territories to do exactly what we're talking about. Aliens coming to Earth to be like, just checking up on you guys because you're beneath us, but just like, it's literally like a
But
biologist
question-
going into the fields and like digging up ants. He's like, are you guys okay?
So
I want to learn about you.
To question the Star Trek thing, I just I know that Gene Roddenberry, when he was making this show, his whole thing was, we are so advanced into the future that basically aliens coexist with us, but that's not the point of the show. Yeah, which is great. So I love that, because most of what the Enterprise crew is doing is basically resolving conflicts where they are required to, or just basically when they're exploring something happens and they take care of it. Because otherwise the Prime Directive forces them to not get involved with primitive species.
They're archaeologists.
Yeah, they're just like recording, documenting,
they're
and stuff like
literally
that.
Brendan Fraser and the Mummy. They're just like, yo, here's a giant sea called space.
Hey man,
and
I
I'm
want to
just
ask you
digging
this
around.
question.
About the mummy?
No, yeah, Rachel Weisz, isn't she Keira Knightley from the 90s? Isn't she a Keira Knightley? Isn't she a Keira 90s is what I want to ask.
I see what you did there. Yeah. I agree. I concur.
I just saw it recently and we were just having this conversation. Sorry, I just
It
want
is
to
an
confirm.
interesting-
All right.
Yes.
But yeah, I really like the notion that Star Trek is one of the few instances where I can think of where, like you said, with the Prime Directive of not getting involved, as opposed to going in guns blazing, because like a Guardians, for example, Guardians kind of like take their agenda in Infinity War where they bump into Thor. They're like, there's a distress signal. Cool, we'll go help them out, and we're gonna get a little cha-ching cheddar cheese for our time. And if they don't give us cheddar cheese, we'll steal their ship.
I believe it's Jello.
Okay then.
It says cheddar cheese, man. Just shut up.
Go back to your den.
As jelly, by the way.
The thing is, like, a lot of movies, when you have a human going into space, he's doing it because he's a gunslinging, like in Firefly. Like,
Exactly.
I have something in it for me, for personal agenda, right?
Yeah.
But Star Trek is the one thing where it's a purely scientific, research-based thing, but we have guns in case we need them, and they need them every episode. We need them every episode, but the point is, we're going there just because we're like, hey, that we haven't been there before, or we think we know a little bit about them, but we'd like to know more.
Yeah.
We come in peace, but oh shit, you're not so peaceful.
I love it.
Man,
We were the aliens all along.
We were the aliens all along.
I love
It's
that.
a Planet of the Apes not situation.
But, I mean, yeah.
Planet of the Aliens.
In Planet of the Apes, we think we're the aliens all along, then we're like, we're not.
We're not. I mean, well, that's at the end. But the cool thing about Star Trek, and I really love this about that, is that I love how matter of fact it is that you're not supposed to, it's like no character on that show is questioning why a Vulcan or green-skinned alien is here or that. It's just like, okay, we've just advanced so much that we just chill and
They were just like aliens exist.
Yeah, that's the best thing about, and for this concept to come out in the 50s where everyone was still grappling with with robots or AI.
I mean, they were struggling with the fact that other races existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's precisely why the show was written, right?
Yeah.
To kind of bridge this gap.
Go like, hey, if we can like green people, we can like
Black people.
brown people.
Or it's like
black
Mitch
people.
Hedberg says, he's like, I'll make friends with anyone. Black, white, green, and purple. Wait a second, green and purple, you gotta draw the line somewhere. It's just really stupid. But yeah.
Shall I give you a next guy?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I have Third Rock from the Sun.
Nice.
Wow.
The friendliest aliens.
I like it.
Very
I like it a
good.
lot.
Right?
I
Very
like it a
good.
lot.
What
that
are
in
they called? The
I've not
Solomon
seen
family.
The Solomon family, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting, no?
Good show.
Yeah.
Great
Good show.
cast. All the GLs.
What is
All
your-
the JGLs.
Oh, yeah.
And the JLGs, yes. What
the
we said.
JL.
The
which is
JLG and the JGL.
The John Lithgow and the Joseph
What
Gordon-Levitt.
was the brother's name?
Tommy. As in
the actor's name?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character?
No, the other guy. The guy with the small eyes who just always talks.
Yes.
I forget his name.
Good impression.
Brad something.
I just remember his voice.
Nice.
It's like I like your face and your
It's
voice.
not
You have
really
a funny
Brad.
face
I'm
and a
thinking
funny
of
voice.
Brad Sherwood.
Whatever. Brad Sherwood is isn't he? What's his face?
He's
Ray
a-
Romano's.
That's
brother?
Brad Garrett.
Yeah.
Brad Garrett.
Brad Sherwood is a dude who'd pop up on Whose Line Is It Anyway a lot.
Right. Whoa.
Right.
Damn.
His name
it's
is
a weird
French,
rabbit hole we're going
French
Hey, quick
Stewart.
one, by the way.
French. Yes.
And
That's a great name.
I was going to ask you guys.
Kristen Johnston played Sally.
Right.
Sally Solomon.
I want to ask you guys
And
a
of course,
quick
Jane
aside.
Curtin was the professor, Mary Albright.
What? Oh,
The one who
not
he's
seen it
super
so long
into.
that I have no idea.
Remember,
almost.
there's a lady that
Who's the main actress in that?
Kristen Johnston.
Yeah.
She's the alien.
Yeah.
She's the mother
Right.
bear.
But John Lithgow has a professor in the college he teaches in
Yeah.
called Mary Albright,
Okay.
who's played by Jane Curtin. Like, he's super into her. Did you guys watch the show a lot?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
watch it at random.
It was
I didn't follow it.
It was a Star Wars situation.
It was a convenient watch.
Now, watching it at that point, did you think Joseph Gordon-Levitt was going to be like a star?
God.
Wasn't he always a star after 10 Things?
No, but 10 Things should have been after this, right?
Yeah.
Timeline-wise?
Pretty sure. it was
Wow,
after
how old is the Third Rock from the Sun, man?
this.
Pretty old.
He was a kid. He was
Was
like
it
a
90s thing?
He was like a young teenager.
He was a teenager.
He
man.
had the
It
coolest...
was not
yeah.
a Doogie Howser thing where he was a kid. He was
Yeah,
a
no,
teenager.
not a baby, but-
He
Yeah.
was, in
mean,
terms
so-
of all of them, I believe he was the oldest, but he was
Actually,
forced to play
yeah,
the kid.
Doogie was also.
He was a kid, man. He was
Doogie-
like 11 years
yeah,
old
but then,
or something.
But like the show
And
ran
the show
into us
ran,
being
fair
teased.
enough, yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying?
I was saying, which is your favorite guest star on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Well,
Christ.
there was... You do know
You
it
guys
still
brought it up.
runs, right?
Yeah, with Aisha Tyler.
with Aisha Tyler.
yeah.
There was one with Keegan-Michael Key on it.
I'm
Right,
saying
I saw that. I saw like a
the
random
old
clip.
guy.
Back in the day, I like Brad Sherwood.
Brad Shaw was great. Chip, man.
Chip Eston. I
Yeah.
love him.
Amazing.
He does the best musical stuff with Wayne.
Yeah, he was the most musical apart from Wayne.
Yeah.
And Greg Proops.
I like Greg.
Well, Greg
He's-
Proops, you count him as a
like
guest.
Greg.
He's almost always there.
No, they always had the four chair rotating.
Yeah, but
And
I
then
mean,
there was what's the
80%
girl's
of the
name?
time, Greg Proops would be around.
What was the lady's
They
name?
didn't have enough ladies on.
No, but the blonde one who was always there when. I mean, who's the fourth chair? Who I remember? I can't remember.
Yeah,
now
yeah, I
the
know who
names.
you're talking about.
But she was great.
Reel it in.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, fine.
Sorry, just
We're
a
talking
quick
about
aside.
aliens.
and
Aliens
things.
exist.
Give
all
me
right.
one. I got
I got
Third
one.
Rock is great.
Third
I
Rock's
have
great.
another
I
TV
concur.
one, an alien life form. Alf.
Oh.
Do you guys ever watch Alf?
John Favreau
No.
made
Alf
that
is,
movie, right? No, he made Elf. Got it.
Yeah. Cool.
I have not seen that.
I think aliens came to Earth, heard that joke, and went, you know what? We're good. We're leaving.
Wait, I have a good one.
Yes, tell us.
Neil Blomkamp, District 9.
District 9.
Yeah.
That works.
That one is really...
They're friendly from
Phone-
their end. We're just dicks to them.
Yeah, but I mean, there's an entirely sympathetic. I mean, this movie is like the culmination of all these movies, kind of always portraying the alien as a negative character, whether it's James Cameron or whatever it is. This movie just kind of uses apartheid as like the metaphor for how we're subjugating these aliens. And it's a flipping great script,
great
man.
movie, yeah.
It's such a good movie, and like everybody's asking Neil Blomkamp on like Twitter, when is District 10, District 10, District 10.
He's been
But-
teasing it for ages.
well, the thing is that he's just been.
I don't know if he's been teasing it, but the studio has or something. I've seen so
he
many
was supposed to be
random
making RoboCop, and now he's just gotten off the project. So, and then he was supposed to be making Alien, but then Ridley Scott says, "No, I'm gonna make Alien." He's like, everyone was like, "You're 90 years old. Are you sure you want to do this?" He's like, "I'm gonna do it."
Yeah, but also it takes like 6 days to make a movie at this point.
That's actually true. 13 days.
13 days.
Yeah.
Guy's nuts.
He is nuts.
He's an alien. Men in Black. Is this true? There's friendly aliens and there's evil aliens.
Okay, I thought you were like, yes, Men in Black is a
But
movie.
they came to Earth, or they were already on Earth, and
Like, don't a lot of
It's
them just
vague.
exist on
They just-
Earth
yeah,
and
they've just
they're
always been
friendly
around.
and
They've
they're
just
your
always been around.
neighborhood store
Yeah.
guy.
especially those tiny ones who are
The tiny
always
ones.
walking around.
Did you guys watch the new one with
No, I was just telling.
Kumail plays a friendly alien in that.
Yo, I was telling Jishnu.
He's an alien in America
Nice.
and an alien in Men in Black.
He's an illegal alien. He's an alien in New York.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, listen. Have you seen MIB3?
Yes, I think so.
Alright.
Yeah, the time travel one. I have a great piece of trivia for you.
Oh, no, I don't remember it too well, but give me the trivia.
Who plays Will Smith's father at Cape Canaveral?
I do not remember at all.
It's Mike Coulter from Luke Cage.
No way!
Yeah, I love this piece of trivia. It's
That
just
is very
fun.
interesting.
Because I saw him and we were both like, what?
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't remember MIB3 at all. In fact, I
It's
might not
actually
even
the
have
best
seen
one.
it.
I think it's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's the most emotional one.
It's the one where they go back in time to
And Josh
get
Brolin,
Jay's
yeah.
and Josh Brolin plays Tommy Lee
Yeah,
Jones's
it's
character.
a tight script and it's enjoyable. And after MIB2, which I thought was a disaster, I
was a mess.
really enjoyed.
I mean, it was
MIB3.
fine. Whatever.
No, I mean, I was just
What were
like,
we expecting from the MIB franchise?
But the MIB1 is Vincent D'Onofrio.
One is a
great.
solid movie.
It's a fun movie.
It's
It's
like,
gross, but it's fun.
Why is it gross?
What's gross one?
You don't remember the cockroach guy?
Yeah,
Vincent D'Onofrio?
I mean,
but
but
in
pretty
like a-
meh graphics, so like it wasn't like too
Yeah,
visceral.
it's like
Jigs
gross.
watches
It's
the
like-
boys for fun,
Yeah.
so he has a very
It
high
don't-
me
threshold.
and the whole world.
Stop! Just because you don't like something,
It just
man.
continues.
I don't like
It's a gift that keeps on
gross
giving.
things. Yes,
That's not everyone else's problem.
it is not. I never said it was.
District 9 was great.
District 9 was great.
Okay,
Give us another.
I think the epitome of the friendly alien who decides, you know what? I'm gonna be so friendly. I'm gonna essentially be one of you.
And give powers to the kid, and it's Jadoo, right? From Koi Mil Gaya?
Chowder.
Yeah? Is that what you're going
Superman.
for?
What do you think of that?
He's
Oh
from Kansas.
my god, you're right. Yes.
But like he comes here.
He's
by
adopted.
accident. He's adopted, but that's what I mean.
But he's an alien.
He's an alien who then becomes. He's like, F it, I'm not an alien. I'm gonna be one of you guys. I mean, like,
He's-
yeah, I'm always an
He's
alien, but
he's a third culture kid.
That's great. That's
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
I think that definitely counts, and that might be the epitome.
I think that's
the
the epitome
friendly
of
alien.
like, yo, I will
good
literally
one.
be
I love
your
it.
champion.
I
Like,
love
I
it.
will be your president.
Yeah.
above your president.
It's
You know what I mean?
interesting. Yeah, that's good. The American
Is
way.
anybody above him in that regard of like who took it upon himself?
Martian
to,
Manhunter.
Well, he follows orders from the president, but he is the strongest. Yes.
Right. Is anybody else like him in
Martian
that?
Manhunter.
Is
I
anybody
guess
else like him like that?
John Jones?
John Jones.
John Jones, sorry.
He basically he lives on Mars and his what do you call it, family was killed in a great fire, and that's why he can't do fire.
yeah,
And
he doesn't like fire.
He don't like fire. That's why Batman says to him in that that amazing one where he's just like, for everyone else, I'm gonna, I can basically,
The one where he has a plan for everyone.
yeah, he's like, I got a
in the
plan for everyone.
Justice
He's
League.
just like, for everyone else, I can take care of them. For you, I just need a penny for a book of matches.
Yeah.
It's badass. Anyway, it's really good. Anyway, John Jones, Martian Manhunter, comes to Earth, takes the form of John Jones, and
does protect us,
And does
yeah.
his thing. He's in the Justice League,
He doesn't take the form of John Jones. He was already John Jones. no?
Yeah, but he becomes John Jones.
Yes, because he was John Jones earlier, but it was spelled J''ON,
Yeah.
J''ONNS.
Tell me, no, it was Jonnz. Tell
And
us this.
Z, yes,
what is
yes, you're right.
what is Jishnu's Mars name?
J'ISHNU. Jishnu.
What is his Mars Darknum?
His Mars Dark now.
All right. Do we have any other films? Do we like good aliens, man? Like, what
I mean,
about
okay,
E.T. and
see,
stuff?
Well, yeah,
E.T.
the obvious
is
ones.
the.
Yeah, I was thinking about
is-
like something that's a little.
It is the
less
typical
obvious.
one,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
He's a poster boy. He's the
He
poster
is the
alien
poster boy.
for all good aliens.
What about Ford Prefect from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Love it. Must
One of the
have.
friendliest aliens. He saved the.
Hey, is he an alien?
Well, he
or-
saved one person
second.
from Earth.
Is he an alien or was he a human who just left Earth?
No, that's Arthur Dent is a human who just left Earth.
No, man. I'm saying he was previously an alien.
No,
Previously an
Ford
Earthling.
Prefect was. You're thinking of Zaphod Beeblebrox.
No, I know. Yo, man, I know. I'm
Okay.
just saying that wasn't Ford like previously a resident of Earth and then leaves and then comes back when this whole highway is
He
happening.
comes to Earth. Yes, he comes to Earth as an alien, lives there for several years, befriends Arthur Dent, and then when
He's OCI basically.
yes, when the Earth is about to be yes, he's OCI. When the Earth is about to be demolished, he says, "Arthur, come with me." He calls himself Ford Prefect because he lands in London, where the Ford Prefect is the most popular car at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
He sees it everywhere and he goes like, "I guess this is a common Earth name,"
I feel like there's another guy that's done that, isn't there?
and his name is unpronounceable in human terms.
Yes. Unless you
It's-
got a babblefish.
Man,
I'm
did you
blanking
guys
on this. I
see,
feel like there's somebody
this-
else who landed
you know
up on
how,
Earth and did the same move.
How
Picked a name based
this
on his
Modi and Bear
August
Grylls
Rush.
thing? Have you seen?
My mother saw it and my mother's like a full right-wing nut now, I swear.
Because of that episode?
She's just like, I love this. Wow, so nice. I was like, Mama, you know what's happening in Kashmir, right? She's like, no, I don't want to hear about that now, please. I was like, Mama, please don't do this.
Oh, well, that's a whole other thing. But,
it's like parents, you know.
but you know how he was talking to Bear Grylls in Hindi and Bear Grylls was responding in English, obviously.
It's like the Marie Kondo effect.
Yes, but so Bear Grylls had like a little thingy in his
A
head. That was
babblefish.
a babblefish. Yeah.
No,
it was translating in real time.
You know what? He had a guy.
A translator in his earpiece?
Yes.
I think it
What do you
might
think?
be-
That was technology doing that?
It's not the hardest to do it.
It
Voice
is.
recognition is a thing.
Have you
Real-time
heard
translation
Modi
is a thing.
speak?
How did we
dude.
end up on Modi?
Because of Babblefish.
Babblefish.
But
How people communicate in the Hitchhiker's Guide universe is they have a little
Right,
an
okay,
actual
okay.
fish in their ear.
It's a
Right,
fish
good.
that they put in their ear, and then,
Okay.
It just lives in your brain and
And it
translates
just
things in
translates
real
stuff for
time.
you. Tell us
the
this.
idea is it eats language and
the
shits out your language.
Tell us this though. The Modi one.
Yes.
we're still talking about aliens on it.
I haven't seen it
I
yet.
think technologically it should be possible because instant
I've
voice
s-
recognition,
I've seen the-
instant translation.
It's not. It won't be as instant. I think there's obviously like if like I say, hey, translate this into OK Google or whatever.
What if I just wrote a script that said, use voice recognition to write down whatever Tejas says, instantly put it into Google Translate and read out what is being said. All three of these technologies exist.
You would do that for me?
I'm sure. Why? Do you need to talk to your mom?
Oh my god! No, I
You
don't
guys
think.
speak the same language.
Yeah, we do. Oh man, no, but
What I'm saying is, guys, let's invest in my startup or what?
no, it exists. I've seen it on Kickstarter.
I totally think it's doable. I don't see why
I think
it's
it exists,
not
but
at all
I don't
unfathomable.
know if it's. I think there's a
If
latency
it's that
period.
instantaneous,
It's a latency period for sure.
too fast
And
internet
anyway,
connection.
Modi speaks very slowly.
Yeah,
then
maybe
he'll
that's
be
how
like-
it could work.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good episode, guys.
Does anybody have any important aliens to address?
The analog Babelfish is called the UN translators, who sit right next to the guys who don't speak the language of the person that's talking and then have to do a live translation in real time.
That's true.
Take it and go.
There's also those people.
Oh, I got my favorite alien.
Yes.
But it doesn't come under your rules.
Oh, give it to us. anyway.
Dexter from Attack of the Clones. Sorry, that's all I
That
wanted to
doesn't.
say.
Yeah, you're right. It
Yeah,
doesn't count
no.
under our
But I
rules.
love Dexter.
That's okay.
We could do another episode on aliens where it's like evil aliens, I suppose, and then another episode on aliens who only exist in space.
Alien shopkeepers.
There's the guy from Men in Black.
Ankar
one.
plucked.
Ankar Plut.
Yeah.
I mean-
Raju Malishwala.
But I'm feeling
The
a little
guy
bad
at the
about
bar
that.
in Titan AE.
You know what? In Simon Pegg, in this one interview I was watching, he's just like, after I got to play that role on Star Wars, he's like, I don't watch the movies anymore. He's like, I'm done. And it was cool. It was
Because
fine.
he's been in a wars?
But I think he doesn't like where the movies are.
Really?
Yeah, it seemed absolutely clear.
That's
and that kind of
odd.
broke my heart a
Yeah.
little bit, but it was fine.
He's in the wrong camp of Last Jedi, I guess.
Fuck's sake.
Really? Why?
I don't get this, man.
Because like he got jacked up so his like brain muscles have gone into his abs?
What?
You know Simon Pegg is like a stud now,
He's
right?
not a stud.
What's he in-
he's
for what?
he's,
For what movie?
he's hot.
Or-
For some movie, I
he's
forget.
now hot Simon Pegg.
Yeah, he's got like
But-
the
but-
six pack and the
Really?
biceps and the
For
everything.
what did he do
For
it
what's he
for?
doing it
Mission
for?
Impossible, is it?
No, I think it's a movie that's about to come out. For
Oh.
Mission Impossible, he was himself. He's playing like a
No, but
doofy
Benji
dude.
becomes a field agent.
He does become a field agent.
So he had to
but
get fit
he's-
and all that.
Well, maybe that's it. I don't know.
I think more so than the muscles getting to his head. I think it's the fact that like
He's rich now and he can afford it.
Yes, but it's also that I think he has always been like, he's essentially been like the champion of the fans because he's always
a
been
nerd.
such a fan and like, well, you kind of feel happy to see him on screen because you're like, oh, one of us has made it, right?
Yeah.
And now that he's writing and in Star Trek, multiple of them, and now he's freaking in Star Wars as well, like he's a little too close to like
the
the
source.
sausage.
Yeah.
Like he knows so much of how the sausage is made. He can't see it the same anymore. Like I can't imagine
I
what
get
goes
it.
through his head.
Oh, absolutely.
How does he feel? Like I'm sure the feeling of walking on set of Force Awakens, like he's probably like bawling, like we all would be.
Man,
but
yeah.
then when you see the movie, he's not gonna watch Force Awakens like we are anymore.
Yeah,
He
he
can
can't
watch
see it
1
that
through
way.
6 like we can.
Yeah.
He can't watch 7, 8, 9 anymore the same way because
We've
he's like,
spoken
oh,
about this.
I know that guy.
Whether we would love to continue reviewing films or just if we had a chance to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know which I would like. I don't know if I want to know the ending of a movie that I love so dearly
Yeah, exactly.
before it happens.
Absolutely,
in the
yeah.
theater.
I'd be very
You wanna know-
selective.
like imagine if we knew how Endgame is going to end because we worked on it.
Right.
And then never got to experience that
Absolutely,
in the theater. I wouldn't
exactly.
want that.
I know.
Yeah. So we're doing the right thing here, guys.
I guess so.
Just checking. Okay, here we have to conclude this episode with something.
Yeah.
Okay, give us like the ultimate friendly alien.
The ultimate friendly alien is.
Mine was, I guess Soups is my best bet.
Yeah, we should have ended the episode there, huh?
No, man. Is Arrival better than every Superman movie that's come out?
What? That's a very unfair comparison.
Yeah, it's
no?
like you want me to end this episode? I'm giving you a bullshit
Like
question.
Yes, this has been the Geek Fruit Podcast.
Hello, you nerds. This is Shlok Chaturvedi, producer of the Geek Fruit Podcast. Now, although all Geek Fruit episodes are amazing, some are just out of this world. So if you enjoyed this episode, then do check out our other alien-related episodes, For example, episode 172, IR Venom. Where your favorite trifecta talk about Venom, a movie that's missing most of the old gang, like everyone else in the Spider-Verse. You can find other episodes listed in the description.
What do we have to do?
Welcome to What a Play, you guys. This is the favorite sports podcast of several sports persons, such as myself, Dudeja, and Mikhail, who also happen to be the hosts.
Yes, you should definitely listen to our podcast for our take and quite a uninformed but hilarious take on sports every week. We give out awards, we discuss what happened in the world of sports, and
we take breaks as well.
We come up with jingles and sound effects on the go. So you should definitely give us an example of a sound effect, Dudeja.
Bolo Matthew Vade.
Yeah, tune in for some of that, bro. You can catch us on the IVM network every Wednesday on the go. On the Wednesday, in the Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, What a Player. What a Player W, Wednesday W.
Wow. Wednesday.
Wednesday to Wednesday, What a Player, Matthew Vade.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Careers in the New podcast series presented by Accenture, and I'm your host Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay. In this podcast series, we'll get you the latest and greatest in the world of technology that's shaping the future of business as we know it. We're talking intelligent platforms, cloud, AI, blockchain, extended reality, and a whole lot more. Every fortnight on Wednesdays, we'll have for you a hot topic with expert speakers from Accenture talking about top trends in the space, how these are changing the world and creating growth across industries. And more importantly, we'll tell you how you can learn more, build your skills and expertise to grow and stay relevant in your career. Episodes out on the IVM Podcast app or wherever you get your podcast from.